All right, next up, we're going to go into some, well, you know what? Before we get into some earnings today, let's just quickly, I want to show you this 10-year chart. The 10-year, if we flip over to that, this is actually starting to form a bearish consolidation pattern. Now, we know that the 5% level is our level to beat right now. As a technician, that's the level that's the high until proven otherwise. But I want to show you this. Look at what's starting to occur here. We have this down move, and then we're starting to kind of make a flat bottom that goes right here and a little bit of a wedge pattern. When you have a wedge pattern that's like this with a flat bottom, it tends to cause price to do this and break lower. The probabilities are generally this type of move. By the way, that's the same as if you had a flat top and you had an upsloping like this. If a chart has come up from down here and we go like this, generally, and I say generally because remember, everything I do is probability based, so there's no guarantees, but the flat portion of it here, generally, more often than not, we'll see the break in that direction. Same thing here, the break to the downside. So could that give us a signal that maybe the Fed is a little bit on the more dovish side? Or if they're not, maybe the jobs report is a little bit weaker finally on that number on Friday. And ultimately, when I'm looking at this, right, so if we erase this, and I can kind of use that, basically what I'm seeing here is that type of pattern, right? So again, high move up and down. So here you were rallying up into it. Now you've chopped inside of this. And again, look at how that pattern matches this pattern in general. All right, now again, please understand, this doesn't guarantee. This is probability. This is probably about a 70% chance of probable happening. That still leaves 30% chance that it doesn't. And again, my goal here, and this is how I've made a lot of money trading pretty much all asset classes, is not by saying, hey, I'm going to go all in because I know this is going to be right, because I don't know anything is going to be right on terms of my calls. It's about being consistent, placing money in different amounts, right, in small increments across a bunch of different asset classes in a bunch of different swing trades, and then letting the probabilities, this, kind of do its thing. So if you have, 10 trades, right? So if we have 10 trades and 7 of them win, as long as I'm distributing my money accordingly, that's okay, because 3 can lose. And if I have 7 winning here, then ultimately the numbers take care of themselves, right? And that, again, is the right way to invest. Diversify and use your charts to your advantage by just getting the probabilities in your favor. It's a really powerful thing, by the way. And it's very enlightening, because what you'll find is all of a sudden, when you follow and learn the charts, you start to see less stress with investing. Number one, you're investing less money in each asset or in each trade. So all of a sudden you're like, well, if that one doesn't go my way, okay, it's not the end of the world. I didn't put all my money in that one basket and oh my God, it just crashed on me. Instead, it's like, okay, well, I have my money in 10 trades. Yes, I already know 3 are not going to work out. That's just the nature of it. But because I know probabilities and I'm using the charts to tell me that, now I can sit back and say, you know what, it doesn't matter what my heart feels or my gut feels or anything like that. These are the probabilities. Let them do their thing. And I think that's a really empowering thing for investors. And honestly, I'm just going to be straight with you guys. Early on in my trading career, I was all about, let me try to make $1 million in one single trade. So I'd put all of my money, 100% of my money, in one trade. Usually it was a small cap back then. And I would say, all right, I hope this one doubles or triples or quadruples. In this day and age, we call that an X, right? A 5X, a 10X, a 100X, whatever. But ultimately, what ended up happening? Yeah, I would make money on one trade, and then the next time I would do it, I would lose even more and basically blow up my account. And so that method, unfortunately, I had to learn the hard way. And I hope that these videos, these game plans help you avoid this. But ultimately, if I had learned this rule earlier on, I'd have a lot more money now than I currently do. I had to learn it the hard way multiple times, and then I finally figured out diversifying makes you more money. You grow your wealth, even if you're starting with a small amount, you grow your wealth and it becomes real wealth over time.